Hey, welcome back to my Inside the Track series. In this episode, I want to talk about my song Glad You Made It, which is the second song on my Hope EP, first released in 2021. In Glad You Made It, I describe music as a place I can go to. I like to call it my little hideaway where I can escape from reality whenever I need to. This place gives me so much freedom. It's a space where I can be playful and remember my inner child. Isn't this what music is all about? Escaping reality for just a moment? And basically the song should be an invitation to you to come join me in this little hideaway. I love sharing music, and I remember that I once told my mom I would love to make the people feel what I feel when I play music. And nothing has changed about that. I would love to make you feel what I feel when I play music. So if you like, come join me in this hideaway, and I'll be glad you made it. So the initial spark for this song was the bass line that I came up with while jamming along to a loop from Splice that I found. That also keeps running throughout the entire song. Check it out. So after the bass line was solid, I doubled it with two guitars, left and right, to make it super wide and interesting. And since the loop gave me so much rhythmic information, I didn't think I needed a very busy kind of drum part, so I kept it very simple and added just snare and kick. Check it out. And I brought him in after 4 bars. Here we go. Short riser. Oh. Very simple, right? So and I want to take the chance to say thank you to Aaron Sterling and especially his sample package called TS Sterloid. It sounds absolutely phenomenal. So let's listen to the drums in solo for a second. Here we go. They already sound super fat. The only thing I added was a little drumming on a glass I had on the table. Check it out. Very simplistic. And that's about it, but it adds a nice color to the groove. Check it out. Oops. Without vocals. And I love stuff like that to put in, like reverse vocals, reverse snares, and long kind of claps. This is always very pleasing to the ear. And to be completely honest, I totally forgot about this idea for quite some months, and I kept these 16 bars of simple groove as a demo on my hard drive for quite some months before I came back. Then I came back to finalize the arrangement of the song when I started my live streams during the lockdown in March 2020. And you can actually see me working on this arrangement in one of my live streams on YouTube. So if you're interested in that, check it out. And in that live stream, I was looking for a nice contrast to go along with this very static groove that I created in the verse section. So I came up with this piano. Check it out. Again, it's Keyscape. I was looking for something very mellow. And by that time, I came up with the title of the track, and I knew it was going to be this in between these piano parts.
And now I'm glad you made it.
And somehow Glad You Made It just came to my mind, so I just named the song Glad You Made It and tried to figure out a story around that. When I came up with this piano part, I thought it was a really nice contrast to this very consistent kind of verse part. It still felt very hooky as some kind of like low energy vocal hook, and this is exactly what I regard it as. So the guitars are actually my favorite thing in this arrangement. First thing I came up with was this delayed guitar in the second half of my chorus section.
Now I'm glad, so glad you made it. And now I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it.
In solo. It's just like a little soundscape that's adding up to the sound of the band. So, and as I said, the guitars are my favorite part of this arrangement. And after my multi-harmony guitar part in Can't Get Enough of You, which was written about the same time I wrote the guitar part for Glad You Made It, I found out that I really liked non-classic harmonized guitar parts. Meaning I love harmonizing in modern sounding constant structures, fourths, or fifths. And since it was so much fun in Can't Get Enough of You, I thought, why not take this into this arrangement as well and make this some kind of Benjut unique thing and put that in my songs again from time to time. So I came up with that.
Glad you made it.
And also the guitar part has kind of like a similar role in the arrangement as the low vocal hook does. And therefore it feels like an instrumental kind of hook. And I think it's really important to bring back the vocals in the second half of it. So that's why I come back in with these ad-libs.
I'm glad you made it. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you made it.
So I don't think they really interfere, but rather complete each other. And I love like having musical interplays like that between instruments or the vocal and an instrument. I just love that. And I also do love these reverse guitar risers that I created because they give so much impact on the next downbeat. Check it out. And since the downbeat is only kick and bass, it sounds so nasty when the bass and kick are hitting at the same time after this rise. So beautiful. So whenever I arrange a song, I try to give every instrument its individual introduction. And this is the reason why I put in these organ fills in the second verse.
Venus full of grace every day anyway. I might not really think about it, but this place is getting lonely too. I know that I can live without
Here's
it.
one more.
And now I'm glad you made it too. And even when I think about it, now I know that I can.
And if you have organ players that can play as tasty as my friend Christian Frentzen who did that, by the way, thank you so much, Christian. You did an amazing job on the organ. When you have somebody like that plays as tasty as that, I think you should always emphasize those great creative ideas. And it's so tasty at that moment of the arrangement. And from the second verse on, the organ becomes a very static, organic foundation of the overall soundscape of this song. I really love to lead the listener on paths one could not foresee. And this is exactly why I put a guitar solo after my second low vocal hook. Because you'd actually expect the harmonized guitar part, but now having another soundscape from the guitar kind of extends the tension that was created in the low vocal part. Check it out.
And now I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you made it.
So this is like a short excursion, kind of like if you're dreaming something and you're taking a detour to what you're actually dreaming. I don't know if you know that, but that's very, very intense dreaming. So and once we came back to this harmonized guitar part, we kind of know the arrangement already, but I wanted to spice it up, slowly getting more dense, and it's also getting more focus on keys and vocals from that point on. Focus on what the piano and the organ are doing, because they're constantly evolving over the course of this this harmonized guitar part. And the vocals are not yet back to shine, but already there. Check it out. On piano. Organ is very mellow in the background, but constantly evolving. This is the peak of the arrangement. Change the vocal melody. Unfortunately, I muted the first piano because this is actually, like, as I said, the peak of the arrangement, and the tension keeps growing and growing, and I thought I should bring in something even more organic now. So I asked my good buddy Felix to play some drums on it, and that's actually the first time you're gonna hear hi-hats and also a piano ostinato, whereas the vocals step to the background a little more with this more static melody going, feel so delirious, ain't got no remedy. Take a listen to what's going on in the arrangement after we reaching the highest point of tension. Grows, it grows. Here we go. And all of a sudden the whole arrangement opens up. Now we're getting even more dense. Bring back the harmonized guitars. Why not? And I want to stress out that all the dynamics are coming from these organic instruments. Let me play that in solo. There we go. Especially the piano kind of leads the way here. Check it out in solo. Oh, I didn't even quantize it. And I think it's perfectly fine because the dynamic, evolving pattern that is played is so interesting and so natural. And I think probably quantization would have destroyed this kind of approach. Let's listen to the finish. Tension keeps growing, and falls apart.
I feel so delirious, ain't got no remedy. Somehow mysterious, eventually I'm glad you made it.
And it ends just like it started, very intimate and very mellow. So in this very song, I waited to write the melody till the very end. First of all, because I knew it wasn't gonna be as easy to play and sing at the same time. And that's the reason why I tried to put the vocal phrases in the little gaps of the bass line in order to not compete for the spotlight with the bass line, but to have both elements kind of like sit in the same realm of the story. Alright, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Inside the Track. If you want to find out more about my work, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on social media. Thank you so much for your support, and see you next time.